last episode, the last few episodes, has been the Battle of Crackton, Ohio. And the Abbott, Glenn Farfinger, and Curly Joe have won the battle, and Sir William Esquire has been knocked out cold. And without him programming, the simulation is now officially over. And they're back on the island of E2. It's a new day on the island. Beautiful, beautiful island. It's like that island for the Last Jedi. And it's like an Irish sea. It's beautiful, and it's just beautiful and windy and nice and cool, like just what the way we want it all the time. And the guys are inside the monastery, and they're just getting some coffee. They have actually just sat and they just all three of them attended a traditional Latin mass, and they feel good. They've a Catholic traditional Latin mass, and they feel good. And they've gone through a lot this year, and to finally to be able to relax. Oh, I have to say that traditional Latin mass was very relaxing, and I felt very closer to God there, Abbott. And, I'm good. Glad that you feel better. That all this is still here for us, and we've been through a lot. This simulation is over. I'm glad it's over. I don't know. I guess you could say after all we've dealt with this year, I don't really think anything could surprise us, really. I would have to say, we've been through a lot. We've gone through a lot of games, but we've been through a lot of shenanigans. This guy. Do you think Do you think Milo and Sir William Esquire and Sargent that they're now defeated? Well, I wouldn't. You didn't understand. Milo went back in his ship and just went back to his ship. I wouldn't say they're defeated. Well, they're defeated, but they're not destroyed. And but if they were to heal, that's really the problem. Maybe it's possible. I don't know, Abbott. You think that? I don't know. Is there something we should be doing? Like, should we be trying to? I don't know, like sieging them or something? Or I don't. We're not really sieging kind of people. We're more just trying to deal with problems as they come to us. We're really not about hurting people, but I'm sure that things could change very radically under the right circumstances. If I will honestly say that if Dark Milo is seriously out to destroy you, Glenn, that he no longer wants you as host, and so he's going to be out to try to destroy you, that it probably is actually in our best interest to act on this, but I don't know how. Is there even a ship here? This is Freitas Island. If only he was here, it would help us to understand what is here. He was known, Abbott, for, always kind of keeping. He was sneaky. He was very sneaky. You wouldn't even think there was a lightsaber here. He could hide that stuff real easy, and could hide a whole battleship for all you know. I don't know. He's just weird, And but meanwhile, in space, Milo and company are just totally, not destroyed, but they are. You would think they were destroyed. And Dark Milo is alright. He's fine. Truth is, he was very close to winning that battle with Glenn Farfinger, but then had to leave, to help his supposed son, Sir William Esquire. He's sick. Right now he's feeding him chicken noodle soup. He, oh, here is some Sir William Esquire. Here's some chicken noodle soup. I do certainly hope that you're all right. That you feel better. I mean, oh, Father, I never been hit that hard before. I was forced to, you made me have to program so much. I mean, it's the whole simulation, but and I was kind of doing it, but then all of a sudden it was like something hit me hard. It was like some device. I think that Abbott, he made that. Oh, that Abbott. If it wasn't for the fact that he was so desirable as host, it's so better than Glenn, and the fact I hate Glenn far more than I could him, I would go after him right now and take off my shuttle, and they would never survive what would come, but I have to remember someone has to play the video games. We have to have a YouTube. We have to have content for a YouTube channel. So, yeah. So, the reality is, folks at home, is I have very little power until Sir William Esquire feels better. Right now he fell back to sleep. I can't even dare even ask him anything. He just collapses. So this is just crap. I mean, I hate to say this. We are literally. This is like not good. This is. I've never been in a situation as bad as this. This minds me. This is giving me a strange flashback. Sergeant, oh man, I haven't even mentioned you. You look bad. I mean, you got a crutch and stuff, and Dirk Milo, Dirk Milo, Dirk Milo. Oh no. He hasn't slept in a long time. I don't blame him. He really put his heart and soul into. He really put his heart and soul into. He put his heart and soul into getting those Aunt Jeminas to stand against those Pooh Guppy Adamses. And, boy, it didn't go out well in the end, and I'm sure it's destroyed him. And well, I'm sending a message to Abbott, and well, Abbott's the new host, because Glenn Farfinger, we're basically a rudderless ship right now. Like, it's like the engines are permanently stopped. It's like that Twilight Zone episode where, they're on a ship and the ship isn't moving and they know there's a U-boat coming and they're gonna get sunk. I feel that we are on that ship and we are that ship and we are gonna be sunk. I have the exact same feeling that I remember when Mr. Peck was in that Super Star Destroyer and he had it pointed at us and I saw it coming towards me and it was, and everything went dark. It was bad, real bad.
uh, like I know in a lot of ways I feel like I gotta get in a shuttle. I gotta go take them out before they take me out. Like something's about to happen. It's the end of the year, guys. It's the end of the season. You know it. You know that this is not where you want to be at the end of the year because you know what happens. Finales happen. Big things happen. Villains get defeated. Antagonists get defeated. Oh no.
Of course, you would think that's the end of our episode, and they're going to go play a game, but there is a mysterious figure in a boat heading towards the island, and he has a hooded figure with him. This man with the hooded figure, he reveals himself, and that man is Mr. Pennypacker. He's back. Tenor teacher time. Oh, Joe. We got ourselves some tenor teaching. That's tenor teaching time, Joe. I like the little beginning there, her smiling like that. It makes her channel look so positive. Yeah, so, hey, Abbott, are you here? Oh, yes, I'm here. I'll let you know, guys, I'm not very well trained at games. I played Myst, but I can help with any of the puzzles. Well, that's why we got you here, 'cause we don't know crap. We can't think straight. It's all right. Some of us aren't so heavy at thinking, and this young lady here, yeah, it's really long hair. Oh, yes, you could take out an assassin with that hair, just choke him or something. I don't know. So, I think we might have clipped some of this already, So they're gonna teach you how to grow seeds and stuff, like basically Garden World, BBC's Garden World or something. Frater was really into that. Star Hissel arrangement. What? It's his arrangement, actually. Actually, you're trying to act like you know what that is and you don't. Jeremy, I don't know what that is. Well, we're just going to have to pretend like we do. Hold that spirit, Abbott. Fake it till you make it. Okay, so and it's just a different kind of content. It's not the shooty content. I'll let you know. Well, we gotta play a shooter. I got a bad feeling, but I don't know how much we're gonna be spending on like new games anymore. Well, it's a bit of a predicament. Really, I mean, the new games are, well, it's just you're hitting on the same themes and stuff, and it really probably be best just to focus on the old PC games where a lot of these ideas came from. Well, that's it. We're gonna have to wait until Mr. Pennypacker is back, because he's usually the one that makes these calls. Whereas Dark Milo, he's just trying to kill me now. It's like I can't, we can't ask him anything. He's just insane. Well, he's actually all this year not has said a thing about what games for us to play and stuff. I think mainly it's because he knows darn well that if he tells us well to play Fortnite, then Mr. Pennypacker just won't post the video. So he knows he's at the mercy of Mr. Pennypacker, regardless if he likes it or not. And a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, do a little hokey pokey, or turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What was going on there, Jamie? What was going on? I tell you what was going on. We're messing with the engine, Jamie. That's what you do. You see two characters talking, and then if they even give you an inch, you take that inch and you make it a foot. That's what you do. If you got two characters talking, you make it look so absurd. You make it look so absurd. You would basically have both characters spinning. Just spinning in circles, and it's just silly. Because it should be silly. It's like Monty Python or something. I remember Two Worlds 2. You could literally make your characters spin in circles while they talk in the cutscene. It was so funny. Why? Don't know why. Maybe they were trying to make cutscenes feel more free. You can control your character during the cutscene and stuff. And it just probably that's not a good idea. That really you're just gonna be silly. So, but hey, like I said, you give me an inch, I'll make a foot out of that. So, of course, we're being trained how to use this trap, basically. This is standard fare video games. That vicious little bastards. Wow, that's some interesting language for that's a game that is this for kids? That's a very good question. It does appear. I mean, you are making your own child. That's going to go through the school and be trained and stuff. But for the most part, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, but you don't say bastard. That's kind of like not for kids. I don't know. I mean, well, it's a different generation, and maybe now that word's considered pretty tame now. It used to be called a swear word. Wow. Well, on YouTube they demonetize you. So that's actually why, Mr. Pennypacker always used to tell me. He says, "You ever want to know why, back in the day?" He'd tell me, what, like he'd tell me off air. He would say, the reason why we never monetized the channel, we actually could have, he said. We could have monetized it, because YouTube used to have that, you could become a partner fairly easy. And then you can monetize everything. Then they changed the rules where you had to have so many subscribers and so much watch time. So that nailed us because nobody watches our stuff, Although we're starting to gain some viewers now, so it's starting to happen, and it's the algorithm. And he even told me, he flat told me, Abbott, he says, listen, he says, this platform is changing so much. And mainly it's because he says, I honestly don't think they want gaming content on their site, but they know darn well that, it's just kind of mean to do that. And then plus there's a whole freaking money-making game industry on top. So what they're kind of doing instead is they're not going to ban you if you do this. They're just going to not really promote it. And so that means you're not going to make any money if that was your plan to make a business. That's kind of nuts when you think about it. You're going to make a business playing someone else's video game. Wow, that's what it was is that you would go to tournaments and make, huge amounts of money, and people would play like Quake. They would play, the esports stuff, League of Legends, and and they big. It's really big lifestyle. Oh yeah, it is. Esports is very big. I don't know. I don't hear about it as much as I used to. I don't know. Even that maybe is starting to dry up. I think it's because what happened was China cracked down on that stuff. And China, that was the thing is, when you have a country full of like possibly billions of people, I mean, if that country were to take an industry and just make it somewhat not all legal, that's gonna cripple it, and then of course that has kind of ripple effects across the world, is esports popular in the U.S.? Well, it's not. It's not a public thing. We don't have a Super Bowl to esports. So in the U.S., that's it. So Mr. Pennypacker, the whole point I was just saying is, Mr. Pennypacker says we do not aim to make money with this. You could make money. He says, but it will be for a brief amount of time when the algorithm allows it. He says, look, it could happen that we all of a sudden were to become profitable overnight. It just depends on the algorithm. Like I said, we're starting to notice people here. Well, all of a sudden. Well, it's because probably something has happened in the algorithm where one of our videos is hitting those goals. We don't really understand it. We never have. I remember Frater back in the day mentioned putting up that Kung Fu video back in 2010, and I forget if it was 2010 or 2009. And he said it just did nothing. It just didn't get any attention, nothing. And he was like kind of blown away by it, because he thought that, well, of course people will find it. It's Kung Fu for the NES, and really there wasn't many reviews of that at the time. I mean, AVGN didn't do anything with that, and for the longest time, and but no, that's the way it was. Found money, up and down, yay! Our little Tom Baker character here. She really does have kind of a Tom Baker kind of look with the scarf and the the robe, and well, that's we're Doctor Who people. Well, that's what we do. I mean, even Tom Baker had a hat. Well, didn't have the little witchy part on the top, but he was a kind of a big brim hat. So yeah, the character could be very much Tom Baker. So really, that's the way it is on YouTube. It's all about the algorithm, really. I mean, you're either big tonight or you're not big at all. And I mean, there's channels sometimes that get thousands and thousands of views, and now they don't even get a fraction all of a sudden. And it's not because you did something wrong. You're probably doing the same content you always do, and it's just that now nobody can seem to find that video like it used to. It's like, I think what it is that there are like a huge population that don't even really have accounts, which is really weird to me on YouTube. But it's not as crazy as it seems. I mean, there was times like on the PS3, where like sometimes we go look at YouTube and it's like, I don't even really think I took the time to make an account on that. I had an account on the computer, but I wouldn't log in with the PS3. There are times with certain things you don't want to log in. You don't want to leave that kind of information, that just in case you get hacked or something. Because if you're like so what it is the cookies and the different things are allowing YouTube to see what you're watching, and so it's like giving you recommendations. That's when, say, this video might get picked up that way, but what would happen is, if the algorithm is tweaked, it may be tweaked now that our videos never show up for somebody. That's crazy. That's why you should make an account. That way, if that were to happen, you still see it. But I know people get blown away. It's like, why did my views? It's because you got a huge audience of people that aren't even watching this with an account, which is crazy. But I kind of get it. I think it sucks anytime you have a platform where you have to make an account. I think what was it that who made GNU Linux with the GNU Linux Triskel? That there was a idea of on the computer that things should be free. That there shouldn't really be ownership. It should be more communal. Yeah, there's that idea. I think Pennypacker used to talk about stuff like that. But he says that a lot of that stuff would go too hardcore, where you couldn't even use Wi-Fi because he actually said, yeah, he experimented with a form of Linux where you couldn't even use Wi-Fi because it's proprietary. Did you see that kid just glitched out? It just started stuttering like crazy. But yeah. So what we're doing right now, we're just looking at different locations in the school, and it's really fun. I think this school is so immersive. It's just really great stuff. Yeah, but like you mentioned, yeah, it's that proprietary type stuff. That GNU Linux stuff. They would get all obsessed about. And I guess it comes back from the early days of like BASIC. Where it used to be that, back in the days, I mean, there was times in the computer age, that you couldn't just go and download something. You had to make it yourself. If you wanted to play a video game, you didn't go to a store and buy it. Okay, it's a floating ghost or some kind, or just floating. I'm sure that would be quite fun, actually. Wow, it probably is. But, oh. I do have to ask the question. Do you sometimes ever wish that videos were longer? Wow, we used to do that, but then we have Pennypacker's a bit ADHD, so he can't really stand to watch something too long, and he gets bored and runs out of things to talk about and stuff. So he just says that 20 minutes is kind of a sweet spot. And we're just running outside here, and outside the school, looking like Tom Baker. The character's a girl, but it's just that we saw the scarf and the long robe and the hat and all that. And we just kind of went, and she kind of has a scruffy long hair and kind of made her into kind of a Tom Baker type of character. But so yeah, that we're kind of talking about all kinds of stuff today. And with Joe, I can't. I don't know. Joe just doesn't bring anything up. I think he's kind of hard. I think the problem is his voice is kind of straining on his vocal cord, so he doesn't really want to talk too much. Well, that's kind of the problem. Yeah, he's he's used mostly for a high-end slapstick, and so during the game presentation, there's just nowhere for him, so really he probably doesn't even need to be here. Yeah, it's just too much work. Oh, how it is, yeah. Now, right now we're just sort of now Abbott. Yeah, advice in this. Well, it's a lock. Wow, I know that. Have you tried to just wiggle it a little bit? Just a tap, just a wiggle, a little itty bitty tap. Wow, well, I just tried that. I just gave a good slap there, you know. It's probably the key is located elsewhere. Well, it probably is elsewhere, you know. It's for crying loud. You know that's kind of a Metroid thing, you know, where you find something, but it's not for now. It's for later. Wow, that you're starting to learn, Abbott. You're starting to gain some like knowledge. I've been studying outside the shows. Well, it's probably best. I mean, if you're gonna I mean, what way things are going as far as foreshadowing, you're probably gonna be host, and and this is the end of the episode. Like, cracky, cracky, crackies, you know, shnikey, shnikey, shnikes.